Hello all. In today's video, we're going to talk about two different things. The collection set in Close the Gate instance, which is the Vampire chess set, and also, in my opinion, where the best evolving spot is for your earring. So let's start talking about this. So we're in the instance, and basically, as many know at this point, is you kill any trash throughout the entire zone, and the collects could drop. Drop rate is probably 1 in 8, 1 in 10. I don't know, but you need to kill quite a bit. So what I'm going to show you later is a quicker way to get the collect set while evolving your earring. So real quickly, let's talk about the earring and evolving. If you go into Tormavelius, Rallos Quest, Rallos Zek earring, you'll see the different stages. As you progress, the earring takes more kills to evolve. So towards the end, it becomes quite a grind. And like I said, quite a few people ask, where do I feel is the best place? So obviously, it's going to be in this instance, but let me explain a little bit about the mechanics and how it works before we get to the actual example so that um, folks could understand it a little bit better. So, one of the biggest misconceptions is that the amount of experience that you get is the amount of evolving you get. So some people say, oh, if the mob gives you 1 or 2 AA, the 2AA will give you more. This is totally incorrect. The amount of experience you get from a mob has nothing to do with the amount of evolve experience you get. So the formula or mentality that you need to have when it comes to evolving is going to be the level difference between you and the mob, the amount of people in the group, and the kill rate. The faster you could kill, the better it's going to be. So, in a perfect world, you're going to be killing the highest level mobs with the least amount of people at the quickest rate possible. So, like, I would say the perfect evolve group is going to be like 3 rangers and, a tank and a healer in Umbral Plains in the Tegi caves where they're all headshotable and the mob density is super high, so you can train pull, kill everything. But that's not what this video is about. This is about your average player, doesn't have the time or the resources to get a full group all the time, but you want to evolve your ring, get the little things done as, time permits. All right, so keeping all that in mind, let's kill one mob right at zone in. All right, 1 second. The battle lead. We're just burning, just for the sake of the video, just to get it dead real quickly. So we see it's level 118. All right, let's look at numbers. Mob has 74 million hit points and has a DPS on us of like 36k. I like using the Bard in this zone because there's mixed C and Viz. The Shades need ITU and the other guys regular and Viz. So where are we going? We're gonna go towards the northwest where Beaumont is for that quest. Okay, so let's tie in everything that was said earlier and why we're coming here. So maybe about, I want to say 5, 6 months ago, maybe, in one of the patches, they readjusted the hit points for these blood-soaked bat. If you con them, it says this creature is relatively weak. And also take note, they're also level 118. When it says relatively weak, it's flagged because it gives very little real experience and very little AA. But it has less hit points and does less damage for its level. So with what we said earlier, this makes it an ideal target for evolving. So let's kill one or two. And you don't really need a bard. It's just quality of life makes things easier. You can sneak around them, avoid the roamers, and still get up here with regular invis. But, just to save time, that's why I use the bard. All right, let's look at number. The bats, only 25 million hit points, and their DPS is like 13, 14K. So significantly 74 million versus 25. So a third, right? 75, 25, one third. So one third the hit points, one third the DPS, and per kill is gonna give the same amount of evolve. So whether you kill 100 of the shades or 100 of the bats, it will give you the same amount evolve every time because they're the same level. So obviously the bats, since they are one third, you can do 3 times the amount um, than killing just the regular zone trash. That's why these bats are going to be the best for the evolve. Also, that being said, the bats can drop the collects, so making this a multi-purpose camp for evolving and getting collects. The collects are great if you need it, if your friends need it, or even selling in the bazaar. A lot of people like this collect set because it's pain in the ass, and not a lot of people know about this special camp, so to speak. So remember what I said earlier about the less people in the group. So if you have similar resources like this, simply drop them and then just heal from out of group, and then you get more. So let me throw out some rough numbers at people so that they understand what they're in store for. If you're at the crafted and down and you're killing blue cons, again, this is going to vary dependent on the mobs that you're killing. But generally speaking, if it's blue cons, full group of six, you're gonna need to kill about 30 mobs for 1%. If you cut the group in half, three, you're probably looking at like 26, 27 kills per percent. And then solo, it's probably around 14. If you go down a tier, totality of war, full group, you're looking at probably 27 for 1%. If you're in a group of three, it's probably, I want to say 22, 21, 22. Solo is going to be, a little less than the other one, so maybe like 11, 10 or 11 per percent, and then so forth and so forth. You guys get the idea. If you don't have a healer out of group, using a merc just yourself, most classes could do that with a merc. So at two people, it's still pretty reasonable. This camp here, if you look at track distance wise, there's quite a few bats. I believe you could pull about 11 or so without aggroing other stuff. So for example, here I have my cleric healing, and then you just have three here. And then there's a few more north. So that's the one thing that can't stress enough. Even though it seems slower because you're solo, but if you're not killing twice as fast with that second person, it's not worth it. If you're not killing three times as fast with three people, then if you were a solo, it's not worth it as far as time is concerned. All right, so that's the gist of it. My opinion, why this is currently the best. And then moving into the next expansion, this should still be relatively good because there's no level increases, and the mob levels are going to be still the same difference, two levels below us. The only time that I would say this might get outdated if there's going to be something similar in the next expansion with better mob density. Because basically, once you kill these 11, you got to re-get the instance and run back. It does take a little time, but if you're solo, it's convenient. Like no one bothers you. You play at your own rate. All right, so that's it. I'll put a link for the anniversary one. I show an example of the formula that I explained. You actually see it and the evolve experience and how the numbers work. So hopefully this is helpful. People get your collect set and get your earrings done. All right, everyone, have a great day. Bye bye.